Hey there, net dwellers. I am Logon411, and welcome to another Fanboy reaction video where I give my initial thoughts on a big movie that I just came home from watching, and I give my further response on it, on a movie, but only on a movie that I have a connection to, I have a prior connection to, or one that I'm really excited for. And for this video, the movie that I just watched and just came home from was, of course, Guardians of the Freaking Galaxy Volume 2. But I'm kind of cheating a little bit here. I'm sorry, but this isn't my first time watching this movie, as kind of already saw it prior. So this is my second time watching it, but yeah, the reason why I didn't show it the first time I watched it was because it was super late. I was so tired that night when I first watched it, and also the fact that I had to go to work afterwards. I didn't have time to film very quickly. I've done for the Lego Batman reaction video. I had to go work that day, but I don't know. I just didn't have time. Also the fact that I was just too tired. In a way, I was lazy, but that's not the only reason. Don't worry, I don't do stuff in spite of all of you. Don't worry, I still love you all. Anyway, I saw a movie, and I'm sure you want to hear a response on it. Yeah, it's kind of silly when a lot of people have given their thoughts on Guardians Volume 2 so far, now that it's almost the second weekend since it's been out. But I still want to get my response on it because if you watch my video with Austin Haver where we did a movie response on reacting to the first poster for the film and the second first trailer as well, reacting to that, we kind of gave our further thoughts on the first movie. So if you saw that, you kind of already know my further thoughts, but for a brief summary in this one, I'll just say that the first one, yeah, still is my favorite superhero movie of all time. I love it so much. It was odd, it was weird, it was bizarre, and if you looked at it, it doesn't seem like a superhero movie. It just so happens that the characters call themselves heroes, they save the day, and they're part of Marvel. So in a way, they don't seem like your typical superhero movies. It doesn't seem like a superhero film. It seems more like a sci-fi film of characters teaming up with each other to stop an evil. Yeah, which is why a lot of people love it, because it separates itself from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the other characters, until, of course, Infinity War, where all characters will join together to stop Josh Brolin as Thanos. But yeah, that's, this, you could say that the Ant-Man movie kind of felt disconnected, same as Doctor Strange, but this, the first Guardians movie definitely feels like that. They kind of mentioned, Infinity Stone. That was a big element of the first one. But other than that, also showing Thanos and talking about him, it seems pretty separated. And I love it so much. I love the humor. I love the drama. I love the acting. I love the soundtrack to it. I love the characters, I love the direction, I love the cinematography, I love the action. I'm probably repeating myself. I just love it that much. I'm just gonna repeat how much I love it because I'm running out of things to say, trying to remember, because there's so many things that I love about the first one. So, also it has my wife in it, Karen Gillan. Blue. She's blue in it. So that's a perfect leeway to this sequel then. So James Gunn, director, stated that this movie takes place just a couple of months after the events of the first one. And just if you want to hear if you want to watch this video short and just hear overall my thoughts on it, I love it. I mean, I really, really loved it. Now, beforehand, if you asked me what my favorite superhero movie was, I'd say it would be Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. But now that I've seen the second one, I am not proud to say if anyone asks me now, um, I would tell them my favorite superhero movie is, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I mean, like, both of them. I now love both of them equally. I've been hearing some people say, like, oh, it wasn't as good as the first. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the first. But I'm hearing other people say, like, oh, it was way better than the first. So it's kind of going half and half. Me, I've seen this new one. I love them equally now. I love them both now. One has some things that the other doesn't, and the other has things that the other doesn't. But together they make great movies. And as much as I love the Avengers movies and all this other stuff, yes, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like, I don't know, it's something about them, like, I guess because I love weird films like this, that I'm just open to it. And when I see something done so oddly, it, like, takes me in quite easily. Of course I say that as I'm wearing this new baby Groot hat. It's so adorable. I actually got it at local nerdy store today, along with other stuff in the album. I got La La Land 2, my Blu-ray, yes! And of course a Funko Pop of the new version of Nebula. Things that make this film shine is, of course, the world. The world is just so embracing and so expansive, especially in this new one, how they really, really expanded. And it's interesting how they don't go into Xandar. They mention the world a couple of times. Xandar, of course, being, I could be saying it wrong. Xandar being, though, like, the base in the world that, like, a good majority of the first film took place in. And it was very interesting how they don't go there a lot. I don't think they go there at all. They go to new planets, and I give props to that to them. Yeah. But like the world, this seems like a world that I just want so badly to live in. I mean, yeah, I had to deal with all the violence, but hey, the Guardians Galaxy, they seem like they could help the day, save the day. So I feel protected knowing that they're there. Unless something bad happens to them, then I'd say to myself, I immediately regret my decision to live here. But nonetheless, it just seems so weird and odd and bizarre. It seems like definitely a world of Firefly, Fifth Element, and I'd say the same for the world of Star Wars. Like, that'd be a great world to live in. But I'd say, even as big of a Star Wars fan that I am, I'd still say, like, I kind of want to live in the Guardians of the Galaxy world more so. It's so much more fun. So the world, the way it expanded its world, okay, sorry, not world, expanded the universe in these movies is just phenomenal. And it takes in that weirdness. So that's one aspect of why this movie is great. Another thing that I love about this movie is really the biggest thing that this movie has going for it, that surprisingly the first one had some of, but this one has way more. And that, of course, being character development. If there's one major star of this whole film that really, really steals the show, is the character development for each character. It takes characters in this film from the first film that you wouldn't think they would tackle in this one. I won't try to spoil this because like I'm not spoiling like specific details of what they do with these characters. But remember, like Yondu's right hand man. I'm gonna say his name wrong. Calgren. That sounds right. Yeah. He surprisingly gets a bigger role, and his character is stretched out more, and he had a lot of great lines, so it's cool to see him get a bigger part, and have his character get a bigger arc. It's even more cool because he's the brother of James Gunn, the director and writer of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He also does motion capture sensors for Rocket. um, or group. I could be wrong. I'm just messing up technically wise. This video. And speaking of my own character, there's another character that gets a much bigger role in a subplot, one of the many subplots that, for many, will be the highlight of the film, which of course is Nebula's character. Most of you will probably already know my thoughts about the actress Karen Gillan, Amy. And like some said, like she's kind of bland in the first one. Like I'm gonna say that about her, my celebrity crush. Like seriously, no. She wasn't great as I was hoping she will be. I will admit, but she was still great because it's Karen Gillan. So I still loved her in the first one, even though like she had a very very supporting role and not a big role in the first one. What they do with her character more, in connection and dynamic with her sister Gamora is just incredible, and the acting of Karen Gillan, like major props to Karen Gillan. Of course, I'm gonna say that because my star is on her, but I'm seeing online more people are giving credit to her for this film and her performance and how great and phenomenal she plays it, and well deserved. I mean, like I called it. I called her like being this big, but I'm just so happy that it's doing so in a movie like this, and how she's gaining more credibility and popularity because of her performance in this movie, and that's just so great. Really all the characters in this movie like have greater character development. Yondu of all things. Yondu, I think, stole the show the most out of all the characters. His character got the most biggest development, even more than Peter Quill, where the plot is about like his relationship between him and his dad. It's Yondu that gets the biggest arc. When you see the film, if you haven't seen the film, which if you haven't, what is wrong with you? But when you see the film, you'll see why he gets more of it. But it was really, really interesting, and I found his character so fascinating. But so you can see more of me out of this. The biggest aspect of what makes this movie great the most is the characters. Other things that I loved on so many things. I wish I could do like a 30-minute essay and analysis video about what makes this movie video. It's late. It's 11, but I still wanted to talk about it. Anyway, if I were to do a 30-minute essay about what makes this movie great, I would, but I'm not that smart. Anyway, another thing that makes this movie so great that I loved about it is its visuals. Doctor Strange, visual effects wise, is the most visually striking in terms of visual effects in the Marvel movies. Visual effects wise, is Marvel's most beautiful movie. Like, some people say this in the first Guardians film, like, it was very colorful, even though, like, if you watch it again, you'll see a lot of black and gray and dirt color in the film, and, like, very, very tanny, and, like, darkened colors of it. This is quite the opposite. This is a colorful movie. I think the last time I ever saw such a colorful movie was in Inside Out. You all know how I feel about that. But this was so colorful. I mean, like, I remember the first film, again, had a lot of colors, but this goes to a higher extent. There are moments in this film where, like, first time I watched it, I go, like, oh. I just now remembered that this guy is also a horror film director, because this film gets very, very dark. As much as it's hilarious, and there are a ton of funny moments, just as much as the first movie. There's a lot of intense moments and very disturbing ideas found in the film. When you see it, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, but visually, effects-wise, it's like the most beautiful. It, like, on the landscape, I just wish I could place and frame it, and then just place it on the wall. Even though I have a lot of posters in my room, ran out of space, but it'd still be worth it. But yeah, another thing that I love about the film is, of course, the acting. That kind of ties into characters, but still, the acting is really, really, really good. In terms of new characters, Mantis, like, I'm kind of hearing comments about her from other fans. Me, I thought she was adorable. She was just so sweet and innocent and yeah. I mean, like, in the first one, that was kind of Groot, but, like, he was adorable in other sense. But let's talk about Baby Groot. Oh my gosh. If you've seen the original Gremlins, and like you said like, oh, Gizmo is just so cute, you will watch your mouth and like take that back and give that title of adorableness to Baby Groot. Like, I feel like even the toughest, like, manliest men in the world who eat beef for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and for brunch as well, just like meat of raw meat, will also go, and just coo at this adorable tree, this cute, precious thing that is a baby tree, a baby branch. But yeah, there's a lot of great moments. I don't want to spoil any scene from him. You've seen some scenes if you watched the trailer, some moments with Baby Groot that's hilarious. My hair's getting tangled today. But yeah, he's I rank him up with top 5 most adorable film characters of all time. That's just precious. But yeah, overall, I love this movie. Of course I love it. I love the Guardians. It's really, really hard to make for James Gunn to have made this movie terrible, because I just love the characters so much. So dearly much. It's hard to make it bad like that. It's very, very hard to botch it up in a way that I can't see how he could possibly do. Battery's about to die. Anyway, that's my further thoughts. If you haven't seen it, go see it. For God's sake, go see it. It's amazing. Seen 3D. I mean, like, most people say, like, oh no, it either hurts my eyes or it just, like, it wasn't meant to be in 3D and feel like a waste of my money. This will not be a waste of money. There are a lot of great, clever uses of 3D in this movie, and it's just a fun summer movie. And with all the junk that's going on in the world, I think it's good that we have a movie like this to make our debut brightened. But anyway, yeah, that's all my thoughts on it. Like, if I wanted to say more about it, I'd have to spoil it. I will also say, last thing, I cried at the end. That's all I'm going to say. I cried more this second time I watched it than the first time. Since I knew it was coming, but I won't say what it is because you need to experience it for yourself. So go watch it. Go. Yes. That is all, my lovely people and best friends online. I know or don't know. And yeah, like and subscribe to Lagoon 411, and I'll see you in my next reaction to a movie that I'm really, really excited to see, possibly. I'd say, no, probably not Pirates Game. I might, but, maybe Spider-Man. If I do, I'm gonna try my best to bring a guess. Maybe Austin? Maybe? I don't know, I'll figure it out. Anyway, see you guys later. Watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Do it for the Pratt, the Chris Pratt, and the Karen Gillan, of course. And yeah, and I am Groot. Or Baby Groot. I'm a baby tree. I'm done talking now.